No. Yeah.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Oh my God, a happy Saturday. Boy, it is gorgeous outside. You know how we do. You know we're gonna keep it lit up in here. And honest and correct. And you know how we do on the Eyes of the Conscience. So I am Sistah the Mellow. But before I get started, I definitely got to pay the bills and get our intros going. We want to thank you for tuning in to Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station, amongst others. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul brings to you every first Saturday of the month the Cafe Le Blue Lounge, where there are 15 to 45-minute segments called The Corner. Each corner has a blueprint that is unique of its own. So we always ask you to vibe out to fireside chats and be inspired by affirmations and inspirational messages. One part of the Eyes of the Conscience Soul, the Cafe Le Blue Lounge, could be the Artist Talk, which is today. And it is we showcase musicians, poets, singers, dancers, film producers, authors, comedians, gospel and R&B rappers from around the Bay Area to across the globe. They share their creative lived experience. The other part of the corner could be Why I Dream. We highlight and honor the inventions and creative work of brilliant minds along with geniuses from our past. We are preserving African American history and culture in order to keep our legacy alive. The other part of the corner could be She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. This is where you will hear from individuals sharing their personal testimonies to what the Lord has done and is doing in their lives, which is inspirational messages. Also, we are highlighting Golden Lights affirmations to impart healing medicine into the soul of the brilliant minds on today. Every second Saturday of the month is the Medicine Hour, and that is with Mr. George Pearson. We believe building a better tomorrow starts with us. Topics we cover: health issues and concerns, healthy eating habits, education, financing, and politics in the African American community. We believe taking care of our temple, mind, and spirit is essential to having mental wellness, healthy eating habits, and knowing that healthy thinking leads to a healthy way of living. Every third Saturday of the month is Education is the Best Medicine, hosted by the founder and producer, Mr. George Pearson. Education is the Best Medicine is a 501c3 nonprofit charitable organization, which is community based, health, educational, advocacy based, and a resource based organization that uses public media resources, radio, newspapers, and church based community health fairs to provide health information and education. We believe vision is the art of seeing things yet unseen and bringing light to a very dark world. Every fourth Saturday of the month, we have the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show with my host, the Doc Diego, and the voice. And we have the Prince of Hearts that's on that show, that co-host on that. We bring you real conversations with individuals, organizations, community leaders, business owners from around the globe to across the bay, and they share what they're doing in the communities and in the world. Every fifth Saturday of the month is called Voices That Care, and that's where we uplift reentry and mental wellness. But today, of course, my nephew is back in the house with me today. Go. We've been praying for you and the fam on the radio. You know how we do. Yes. And I want to thank him. I want to thank him for all the work that he's doing in the community. And I love you. I appreciate you accepting me as your auntie, community auntie. You know how we do. It's town what?
Town business.
Town business up in the hills. You know what we do. Along with that, we have a extinguishing guest in the house today. And we have Mr.
Moffitt.
Mr. Moffitt.
Mr. Jason Moffitt.
Yes,
on the artist talk. You're welcome.
Yes.
So with that, a mouthfit, you know I gotta do what I gotta do over here. So throughout the show, you know we're gonna have to plug it in and tap in and share what's going on in the community, because we come to them live every 5 Saturdays in the row of the month. If it's a fifth Saturday, from 2 to 3 p.m. And of course, it is our responsibility, it is my responsibility as a community healer, learner, and mom, and a business owner and all that kind of stuff, is to make sure that my platforms is you all's platform. I believe that God's chosen me to do that.
Yes.
And I walk in it, be about it, and that's who I am.
Praise God.
Thank you. And it's about making sure that we give our community what they need. And it's about fireside chats, conversation. It's about being real up in here, because it's too much going on to be fake and phony, and there's too much going on in the world to continue to tear things down. And we're not about that. We're gonna tell the truth, but we're gonna of course give it the way we see it. And that being said, I want to give it over to my co-host, Mr. Rosenity.
Yes.
So start us off.
Yes, thank you. I'm so blessed to be in this position to be able to introduce our guests.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're on this journey of education and healing, you encounter other people with richness in their spirits, and you feel their energy and what they're about before you even have conversations.
That's right.
I've been blessed to be at McClymonds High School as an art teacher, co-teaching with this guest. This person has been picking up wisdom from different areas of his lives, and we're blessed to have him in a city like Oakland to be able to give game and wisdom that he's picked up.
You said the game,
the
all
wisdom.
Right.
He's been in many places. He wears many hats, and he's just a healer on many different levels, and he's able to translate it in many different ways so that it's applicable to different people, right? Right. The work that he's doing right now with young people is super uplifting and transformative, because he's giving them a creative outlet to be able to express themselves in a healthy way and to navigate the experiences that they're experiencing within their own lives, right? And a lot of that is heavy, right?
Yes.
So to have someone like this in this space right now is super empowering, and it's a privilege. And I want to welcome Mr. J. Moffitt.
J. Moffitt up in the house, and I'll tell you this: the Lord and the ancestors brought this Rose to contact you, because we know that every show that we do is always in alignment.
Yes.
There's nothing about ourselves. It's about them telling us what we want. So we want to thank you for being here. But as Rose was saying, can you tell us a little bit, first of all, we want to give kudos to the fam. We ain't gonna be on no radio and talking about look, wait a minute now. Because the shoulders that we stand on, we always want to make sure that we're uplifting them, the ones that's gone before us and the ones that's here local with us now, or wherever the case may be. We definitely want to bring them in this space, because that's our ancestors is here with us in this. So you want to give kudos to them first before we start anything.
Yeah. Yes. So just to piggyback off of what Rose said, I feel blessed to be here and feel called to be in Oakland. So I'm grateful for my mother, my father, my grandparents, my great-grandparents. And I believe that God is a sovereign God, and we are where we're supposed to be at any given time. So there's no coincidence that I'm here today, starting off the first Saturday, first of the month, and we're going to make it a good one.
Let's go.
Go ahead.
Let's go. So, Mr. Moffitt, I've had the honor knowing you for the past 2 to 3 months now, and hearing a little bit about your journey here and there. But let's take it back to the beginning of your roots.
Yes.
Where are you from? And how did your journey shape you to become the version that you are today? And what did you have to navigate in order to be the healthiest version of who you are right now?
So a commonality that I've heard thus far with our fireside chat is healing. And I believe that there's power in the name. And so I'll begin with my name. So Jason means healer. And my middle name, Rasan, means compassionate. So if you put those together, it's compassionate healer. And so,
okay now, wait a minute. Now I know where we going up in here.
Yes,
is here for sure. Rose, pull up a little bit, babe.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I always try to live up to my name in everything that I do. So I begin with that, and so I'll take it back to the beginning. So, born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. So shout out to the South.
Right
Yes.
on.
Southern roots. Yes. Born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Lived there all my life up until I graduated from college from the University of Georgia in 2014. And following that, in 2015, I had the pleasure of living internationally for 3 years. So it's always funny when I taught my middle schoolers, I would tell them that I lived in Madagascar for 3 years, and they would say, Madagascar, like the movie? And I said, no, it was nothing like the movie, but there were lemurs, lots of lemurs. So I also believe in the power of dreams. So I remember.
Let's go.
Yes, I remember before I left, it was maybe like a few months before February of 2015, and I had a dream in which there were kids playing, and there were lemurs around too. And so when I woke up from that dream, I was like, that had to be Madagascar, because when I went, of course, what I did was taught kids, right? I taught kids, and there were of course lemurs around. So that was just confirmation with the dream that I was supposed to be there.
Lemurs. Say that. What did that? What does that mean?
So it was just if the lemurs weren't in the dream, then that wouldn't have been the alignment of me being in Madagascar. And so that was just the confirmation for me.
Got it.
And so I'll begin with February 2015. I set sail for Madagascar with an organization called the Peace Corps.
Hey, yeah.
Yes. So this was founded by JFK in 1961 as a way to just spread peace around the world and healing. And so I lived there for 3 years. The first 2 years I was in a village, and that was a very humbling experience, just to be around people who looked like me, and just to help them to meet their needs. So I did community gardening. I helped to start a women's association where they could, start a small business, food transformation. So while I taught there, I actually learned a lot more about myself and how that relates to what I'm doing now. The country itself, the island is so beautiful that I had to extend for a third year, because the Peace Corps is only 2 years, but you can extend for an extra year. And so my special project was centered around teaching English as a second language, along with mixing in art with it. So I was teaching art and teaching English.
Artist talk, okay,
right at the same time. So that experience alone for that last year was the perfect segue coming back home to Atlanta to teach art at Reading High School. And so after I finished in 2018, that's when I moved back home and taught art at Reading High School.
Wow.
So, I know I said a lot. I'll just pause there.
It's all good. Just to again, we were talking about centering our joy is the thing. And you started us off with having that dream, and that's centering. That's a beautiful thing, when even though all the time the things that we're going through right now, we have to take time to center ourselves, to center our joy, to center our dreams, because that's going to give us that critical hope we need in order to continue. This is what I believe. This is what I do, to continue to see who we are and our purpose. Even if you don't know your purpose, the beautiful thing about purpose is that you just keep walking and have faith. And then when you start doing things, it's like, And then people will be like, that's your purpose, whatever. And you find if you love doing it, then
Exactly.
it's a call. If you don't, it's like,
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, and you have to find joy in the work, and that was honestly just a transformative experience for me because this was right out of college, so I was still young, still finding my purpose.
You're still young.
Discovering who I was, and it really set the foundation for the work that I'm doing now and how I serve the youth in Oakland.
And your spirit, you can tell you serve it with love, just like Rose.
Yes.
And that's the beautiful thing about spirit. It knows, and it'll give you what you, like you just said, when you guys connected, it was just like it was no competition. It was no, because I believe in collaboration versus competition kind of thing. So, but it was just all in alignment. And if we can move this way in this earth, and I'm saying that because of all the things that we're experiencing in earth, we cannot forget to be kind, be loving, be respectful, and own who you are, and know that in Butu, I see you, you see me. I see the king in you and the queen in you, and vice versa. So with that and how you're moving and the beautiful chemistry that you got, and that's it, the chemistry that we have. We want our youth, because it's so much out there, and social media can keep you away from the chemistry of a human being. As you treat people as though that they're not human. And it's like, no, centering our joy. Let's get back to what our ancestors did. That's how they stayed grounded. Yeah. But go ahead.
Yeah, and like reflecting.
And thank y'all let me chime in.
Yeah, no problem. Reflecting on your journey, you shared a lot of rich stuff that you've been able to make happen, but also receive along the way. Like, what was some of the game or knowledge that you received along your journey that stuck with you to this day to be able to translate it and give it to like other folks? Whether it was your experience in Madagascar, your experience teaching in like different schools, like what were some of those knowledges that you picked up?
So I'll take it back even further. So once I graduated from UGA in 2014, I received a scholarship to teach for 1 month in Thailand. Yes. Wow. Yes, the land of smiles, And so, I was in a city called Chom Thong, which is northwest of Chiang Mai, and it was a rural school. So, very small, just really, just out the way. And one thing that I learned there is the art of community.
Child, wait a minute. Go ahead. Just keep going. I'm right now.
Yeah, the art of community there was very powerful. So I stayed on the compound with the other teachers Monday through Friday, and after school we would connect and break bread together. So sometimes this would look like going out and foraging for different things in the forest, whether it be like bamboo for soup or jackfruit. And just having that time to fellowship with other teachers and laugh and just tell stories was really powerful. And that made our connections even stronger to be able to do that outside of the classroom. And so just building that bond really strengthened the teaching practice, and it transferred into the classroom. And so that was just one thing that
now that's a freaking tool. That's the wisdom. That's the knowledge and what he was saying, dropping those type of gems, because we need to do that more often. And then when you build that type of relationship, you build that kind of connection, then your fellow teacher, they know you're not trying to step on their toes, and we all are in this together. It becomes a family.
Exactly.
And a collective knowledge, and it's like, if I had an issue, and not an issue, or I thought of an idea, I could come to you and we can like walk through it, talk through it together, and plan it together, or just do it together. With no hiccups. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, and just speaking of that, now that I think about it, that was the first time that I was in a space in which I was co-collaborating with another teacher, because he helped to do the translations with the language. So he was in the classroom with me at the same time, and so there was that collaborative piece as well. So everything is circuitous in that sense. And I just just think back to that, and I never forget to just have a vivid memory of him saying that I believe that you're called to be a teacher.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that journey, and I hope that for the folks that are listening, that we continue to encourage collaborations and collective solidarity. There's various versions or different ways of spreading wisdom, and the more we're able to receive and be able to translate that and spread it to community, like we're all literally a collective together, and it helps empower our community even more, right? And then going into our theme, centering our joy, like as healers, we're so busy and occupied with healing other people, with healing community. It's often external. What are you doing to bring that to you internally? Like, what is your process of finding joy or fulfilling yourself with joy or centering your joy? What does that look like for you, aside from always being a healer externally?
Yes. So for me, I believe that health is wealth.
Come on.
And so I, for one, I have a community garden that's connected to my living space. And so for me, that just looks like, sometimes going for a walk in this space, just looking at the plants.
And they talk to you.
They do.
They talk to you,
watering my plants in my space, going on runs. So just making sure that I do the things necessary so that my cup is filled, so that I can
come on now,
pour out into others.
Come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I add a little piece to that. So I just left a service at Incredible Church.
Okay.
And the message today centered around the seasons of change. And
Ecclesiastes 3rd chapter.
Yes. And so the pastor talked about how in the fall, like on the East Coast, you have, the changing of the leaves and the colors.
Yeah.
But in the Bay Area, the fall, you have there's a lot of clouds in the sky, and so the purpose of a cloud isn't fulfilled until it pours out.
Come on now, let's go.
And so I always try to make sure that my cup is filled so that I can continue to pour out into others. And then once that happens, then I receive.
That's right.
Going back to the circle, like I mentioned earlier. And just another quick story. Yesterday,
this is about you, so you do your thing.
I took the students just out to go get some food in the community. We went on a walk, and one of the young ladies didn't have enough money to get some food. So I said, "Hey, you know what? I've been blessed to receive whatever you need. Just let me know." So I bought her the food. The meal was $20. Right on the way back. Kid you not, right as we were coming up on,
I believe it.
Right as we were coming up on McClymonds, I see a $5 bill on the ground. Right. And so that was just kind of confirmation that, once you give unto others, you'll receive and you'll be in the right place at the right time.
And we have to believe that.
Yes.
That's why I always say, I start my day, of course, with my prayer, and thank God for being here and being in my right frame of mind, because I remember a time, So, but with that being said, I tell people, it's not happenstance that you meet people. So I say, God put them in your path, and it's up to you to figure out why. It could be right now that we were supposed to do something, or it could be later down the line. It could be years from now, but I'm intentional, and it's like everybody that I meet, it was for something. Now, what it was for, he'll give it to me, because I know how he works with me. And being able to have that type of mindset is that then you don't get bogged down with, and you were talking about burnout. Practicing that type, that's my practice of what I do. When you practice that, then you don't own the whole, it's like, I'm not owning the day. in a sense, because God gave it to me to walk in it, to be in it, to be called in it. And I don't forget that. So I'm going to keep myself down. But as saying that everybody that I'm connected to was for a reason. Yeah. And it's up to us. And because if this is the key, if Rose wouldn't have called you and you wouldn't have I wouldn't have met you. So it was a part of the journey in my life. And I'm looking at things now I'm 61. I'm looking at things now. You know, God is good. All the time and all the time good. And being able to know that I'm called for a reason. And I'm not I don't have time to waste. I really don't. You know, and it's like people ask me all the time, Ms. B, how you do all this? I was like, child, it ain't me. And I be asking them like, man, you putting something else on my plate to do. I'm like, okay, well, I'm being obedient. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. But it feels good. It's rewarding, you know, and I'm just saying living life. And we talking about centering joy, and that's centering back, coming back and owning my joy. You can't I'm not letting you take that from me. And I'm going to hold on to that and not letting situations and things, of course, it will touch on your joy, but it's up to you to say, you know what, nope, I'm gonna hold this. It's mine. Yeah. And owning our stuff now, even though we're going through all these difficult times in our lives. Powerful. But go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
You mentioned a little bit about just your story right now, supporting that young person in their time of need. Thinking about young people and their relationship with adults, just generally in society, ageism exists, power dynamics exist, right?
That's right.
Where there's a normalization of not listening to young people and not having them, putting them in positions to be empowered. Share a little bit about your journey working with young people and some of the game that they gave you as a young person.
Let's go.
How was that relationship in terms of how you were able to help empower them through that relationship? Youth and adult partnership.
Yeah, I would just like to start with grace. You know, just showing people grace. And one thing that I learned going back to Madagascar is I was in a position where I was the outsider, the foreigner. So the kids would often come up to me and say, like, hey, do you have, you know, $1 or do you have this? And, you know, can I get this from you? And so I had to, you know, just humble myself and say, hey, I'm in this position for a reason. Yeah. You know, God has called me here. Now, what am I going to do with it? How am I going to respond to this person? Right. Just putting myself in their shoes and just being kind, just being gentle and giving. And it's just really just making sure that I'm being a conduit of growth and change for all of these people, and just treating them with respect. And
bottom line,
what you give off, you get back. So that's pretty much it as far as that goes.
Yes. So, oh boy. And then I want to also go back when you were talking about the blessing and the difference of the seasons. And I'm always reminded that I have, in order for me not to burn out, because God says one plant, one water, and he does the increase. So long as we're doing what we're supposed to do. And the intergenerational, we can't get away from that. We shouldn't get away from that intergenerational wisdom, because I need you. You need me. You've been through it. I may not have been through it, or I may have, but we need each other. And it's like, and that's the part with me. I'll tell my story. I'll let the young folks know, hey, been there, done that. Yeah. But and they're able to approach and ask me different things and stuff that they wouldn't normally ask other people, because I'm real with them. They need you to be transparent and real, because I was doing an event and I had to end up jumping in the circle because the young lady said to me, Miss B, they not spitting and telling the truth like you do. And I had to come in and say, well, you know, everybody's not going to be vulnerable like I am, but I had to tell it was intergenerational. And they really wanted to know from the elders what the skin. I want to know the real what you'd invented. I don't want to know once you came out. Yeah. I want to know when you were in it and how you got in it. And so I had to come in and I had to share parts of my story and it gave the elder they were comfortable enough to be what I shared. They were like, oh my God, I guess I can share, So, but I often tell them is that you got to be real. You got to be real with people because this is real life stuff. We ain't talking about, no, we real.
Vulnerability.
Vulnerability. Yeah. And if we as elders don't give vulnerability to the youth, they looking at like,
yeah,
and they don't look at me like, oh, thank God, but you have to. Yeah. You have to, because if you don't, why? Why should I tell you anything about me? Yeah. You ain't real.
Exactly.
So, and they know a spot, people can spot. We talking about keeping game around here and dropping some knowledge. Folks can spot phony a mile away, or knowing that you're not. And that's the heartbeat of our youth today. Yeah. They're even more on game on like, you ain't got it. Nah, I'm not tapping into that. Yeah. So, but go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you for making that pivot into intergenerational wisdom.
Yes.
It also makes me think of ancestral wisdom.
Come on now.
Mr. Moffitt, if you could share who were the ancestors that you embody in terms of like their wisdom, and how much did that impact you on your journey? Like if you can name some of those ancestors, they don't have to be directly related, but they can be just folks that giving you game through readings or through lectures or other ways of teaching. Like who are those ancestors that called to you when you needed the most?
Yeah, I want to speak to, start rather with a very special picture of my grandmother who's holding me as a baby. I was like, I think 7 or 8 months old. And my great grandmother was also in the picture on my dad's side. And her mother, so my great grandmother was in the picture as well. So that was 3 generations, all in one room together.
Wow.
And so my great grandmother, she passed away at 103.
Wow.
And my great grandmother passed away when she was 101.
Wow.
So
longevity.
Yes. And so I just believe that at that time, just me being a baby, like I was receiving all of the knowledge from them. And even, I just feel blessed to have known my great grandmother for 22 years.
Wow.
So I would visit her sometimes in Durham, North Carolina, and we'll go out to the farm and cook breakfast together. So just
if you don't mind, share her name. We got to bring her. We got to call her name in this space because if it wasn't for her, it wasn't for your mama, then it wouldn't. You wouldn't be here. So
So Marie Moffitt. Marie Moffitt. We called her Little Mama.
Little Mama.
Little Mama. Yes. So I just feel very blessed and fortunate to just have had them in my life, and my grandmother too, who's been very instrumental in raising me, and just learn a lot from her every time I go back to Atlanta, and looking forward to linking back up with her in December for Christmas. And I always get just wisdom from stories she shares, and just our time together. So definitely just grateful for all 3 of them.
Wow. And it's when you just said that, that's my family. That's my dad. And people say you couldn't have been born out here. And I'm like, no, I was born in Florida. Myself and my sister was born in Florida. And I think all of that is in me, because they're like, well, you don't act like you're nice. you say hello, you say thank you, you say, all that Southern, because we didn't have a choice. Our family business, my father was like, look at here, Wendy's Cheesecake Bakery in the Bayview in San Francisco. Mr. Howard didn't play that. It's like every person that came through those bakery doors, whether they had 5 cents to 2 pennies to billions of dollars, you better treat them all the same. And it's your responsibility to take care of your community. And when you was talking about that's why I'm so drawn to block parties, to bringing people together, music, fun, eating, the joy, and centering, having the joy. And that's me. And that's why I do the work that I do too with the Juneteenth and all that, because to me, that brings me hope, that brings me love. And to see people having fun and just forgetting about the cares and just enjoying themselves, and we in community together.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of being able to do that, and that intergenerational.
Yeah.
That's it, and that's what we're really missing. And that was, as you were talking, I was like, you got people in the house with the grandma, grandpapa, father, whomever, but they got the cell phones, and they're sitting and they're not getting that intergenerational wisdom. And that's what we need. We need for people to be able to, I get it with the cell phone, I get it, but set it down, set it down for a second and talk to the young folks. And that's a part of what you were saying.
Yeah.
We have to talk to them, and they have to talk to us. Otherwise we're going to get divided all the way. And that's what the people want. It's like society wants you to be divided versus coming together. And being able to bring that wisdom is the key.
Yeah, and to that point, I just believe that, the more we're connected, the more we're disconnected. And one thing that I try to, and Rose can attest to this, one thing that I, try to implement in my class is connectivity without the phones.
Yes.
And there was
socializing.
Yeah, there was one day where I did a deep listening exercise in which I told the kids, you're going to be with a partner. Yeah. And you're going to just listen to them share a story from their life for 2 minutes. Now, as humans, we're thinking about what we want to say as the other person is speaking. But I said, for this exercise, I want you all to just listen and not interject. Just listen to what they have to say, and then you'll switch for your 2 minutes. And I remember there was one student in particular, funny enough, who's from Georgia, the country. So that's the funny piece. And she shared. So I asked the students, I was like, okay, how did that make you feel? Just kind of debrief. And she said a little uncomfortable because, while you would want to kind of, speak to whatever that person was saying in a comment, like you couldn't. So just really learning how to listen and really, just make eye contact and become comfortable being uncomfortable. That's right. So just little things like that, especially with
that was big things. That was big wisdom. That was big wisdom.
Yeah, just things like that, especially with my ninth graders. If they're just coming in, they're still impressionable. Yes. Just getting them on the right track as far as like how to truly connect with one another.
That's right. And that's the key. I'm learning that a lot of people do not know how to socialize anymore. They're not comfortable with talking, and because of parts of it is the phone. That sit it down. Even I see people on the dates. And I'm like, oh, why y'all on a date? I want to know why. Why y'all on a date? Both y'all on the phone. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there and because some people watch, I observe, I look, and I've been that all my life. My father would take me through the city. He would drive me around and take me in different areas of, of the city and spaces. And because we had the family business, we were in restaurants, we was in hotels, our cheesecake. So we specialized in cheesecake. So we would be in the Mark Hobson's, we would be in the Hyatt House, in all those different places. But I've always been a people person. Even today, when I'm riding with somebody, and I tell people that know me, they know I'm just looking out the window, but I'm thinking, but I'm watching. Even the trees, I'm looking at, I'm looking at things. And I'm watching the people, I'm like, why? Why are you guys together? Why are we talking? Why y'all not talking? But that's neither here or there. But just to be intentional, listening to the person while you're sitting there and you engaging them, then you learning something about them. And that activity right there allowed you to see something, hear something that you never knew about that person. And then you can look at things in a different perspective. How you interact with them. Why maybe they did this. Why did they maybe, so you can kind of like gauge, and you learn a lot when you listen. But go ahead.
Yeah. The beautiful thing about being a human being is that we embody a lot of wisdom in different ways, and it contributes to a collective
Pull yourself up because I can't see you. There we go.
Yeah, it contributes to a collective experience because our interaction with the world impacts our ability to do things. It impacts our identities.
Yes.
And with that being said, like we also have our unique identities as well,
Come
our
on.
unique experiences as well as individuals. So, what are some of the values and morals that you live by that you would like to share to the world as Mr. Moffitt? In addition to the collective experiences that you've been able to embody, but like, what does that look like for Mr. Moffitt?
Yeah. So one thing that I always do with the students at the beginning of the year too is helping them to identify their core values.
That's good. Come on now.
So for me, the first thing is love. Love is the center of everything that I do. So that's one. The second is health and community.
Yeah.
And so love, health, and community are all things that I live by, and make sure that I incorporate into just not only lessons, but how I live my day-to-day life with interactions that I have with people, what I'm, teaching them, what I'm gaining from conversations and things that I've learned along the way. So for me, I would like to say that I'm a community builder.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh yeah. I know why we were connected.
Yeah, and it's just I remember going back to Madagascar because like what I had to do to get to know the community is step outside my comfort zone. Because when I first got there, I didn't know the language that well, so I had to rely on nonverbal communication sometimes.
Ooh, come on. Yes.
Just going around to people and, just introducing myself, playing with the kids, cooking with the aunties. And by the time that I left, I knew basically everybody in the village.
Yes.
And I was able to just leverage, the things that I was teaching with the community gardening and bringing people together under this one umbrella of, healing.
Yes.
Right. So, just taking everything that I learned there and applying it to all the places that I've been in Houston, Atlanta, San Francisco, now in Oakland. So, really just, just thinking about life as a chessboard.
Ooh, come on, let's
and how
go.
You have, all the pieces around you. And so my grandmother always says there's no such thing as coincidences, only circumstances.
Come on.
So,
I'm with grandma on that one.
Yes. Just even, just Rose being here, Mr. McGee, just introducing him into the space, to the class, that was the bishop, right?
Yeah.
That was the bishop on the board. And now we got
let's go.
We got all these other pieces on the board too. So now it's figuring out how to connect all the pieces so that we can all win the game together.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. With that note, I want to stop because I know the people are like, okay, again, you have tapped into Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational gospel music station, amongst others. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul brings to you every first Saturday of the month the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge Artist Talk. And in that art could be Why I Dream, She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. Every second Saturday of the month is the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson. Every third Saturday of the month is Education is the Best Medicine. And every fourth Saturday of the month is the Cafe Le Bleu, the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult radio show with the co-host, the doc, the voice, and the Prince of Hearts. And then on the fifth Saturday of the month is called Voices That Care. And we highlight reentry and we highlight mental wellness. But today you have tapped in to the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge Artist Talk. I am the host and my co-host is Mr. Brandon Rosenity. And then also with that being said, our guest on today is Mr. J. Moffitt. And I want to say thank you so much for being here. We're so grateful and thankful that you are here. But at this moment, I do, before you keep going, I want people to, how can they connect with you? How can they get your information, if you don't mind sharing that?
Yeah, for sure. So on Instagram, you can find me at running_fly, and that's RUNNIN_fly, FLY. So yeah, that's the best way to connect with me via social media.
Okay, right on. And connecting with you?
I'm not a big social media person, but please reach out to me at rose@destinyarts.com. I do a lot of social justice driven workshops. So if you want me to run workshops with young people, art workshops,
Yes.
Just tap in.
That's in. Tap in. We're again having our conversation is around centering our joy on today. So we're so grateful and thankful that you have tapped in to the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge Artist Talk on today. Take it over.
Mr. Moffitt, being an art teacher is one of your identities.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the other identities that make up who you are
Oh,
as Mr. Moffitt?
Yeah.
Or as Jason Moffitt?
So another is a coach. So whenever, I'm introducing myself, you meet new people, say, okay, what do you do? What do you do? So I tell people I'm a teacher and a coach. And so I believe that that's my calling, because those are two
come on now.
two things that I'm passionate about, teaching others and coaching others. And so with the coaching aspect, that's a way that I'm able to motivate and inspire the youth in a different way outside of the classroom. And that directly aligns with what I love to do, running, going back to, the handle. Just inspiring them to be the best versions of themselves through athletics. Because what the mind believes, the body can achieve.
Say that again, please.
Yes, for the people in the back. What the mind believes, the body can achieve. And so one of the young ladies on the team, so I coach at Oakland Tech.
Okay.
So rooted in Oakland. I go from McClymonds to Tech. Shout out to both. But she...
wait a minute. My kids went to Tech.
Really?
I'm over here saying like, wait a minute. Yeah, Barb. Egos.
But one of the coaches at Cal reached out to one of our seniors and offered her a spot on the team.
Oh, wonderful. Congratulations.
Yes. And so this came a day after she finished second place in a race.
Wow.
I just believe that everything that I'm doing with the youth in Oakland is on purpose and intentional. Right. And it's paying off, so the seeds that I'm planting, is we're reaping the benefits, it's a beautiful thing just to see the growth of these students. And I started coaching her in 10th grade. So this is my third season coaching cross country. So
wow.
It's just amazing to see, the kids grow like that and, not only excel inside the classroom, but outside as well.
That's right.
And then I'll pass to you.
No. Go right.
Mr. Moffitt mentioned planting seeds. And
come on.
We have conversations in the classroom where we say things like, as long as we plant that seed, it doesn't have to sprout today or tomorrow or next week. It can be years later down the line. But as long as we're able to equip them with that seed and to be able to become the best versions of themselves. So I really just appreciated you renaming that, because that's powerful. Whatever seed you plant with them in that moment may not sprout right away. Like it'll take some time, and they'll learn later down the line the importance and value of that seed. That's just super important to
exactly. And you got to keep watering it.
Because that was my next word. Look at that. That was my next word. I was over here about to just jump right on in with the watering part. Oh God, this is all in alignment. This is so go. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just if you and I going back to Madagascar again.
Yes.
Another thing you have to do is amend the soil.
Come on.
You have to provide, the nitrogen fixers in it. And so I remember the house that I was in the village, I created a demo garden to teach the kids in the community. And I was, tilling it, and I would find
tilling the soil. Come on now. Digging up the rocks and all that hard stuff. And that's what we're doing. We're working with the kids, and the foundation of the exterior is hard, but under there, once you get in there and get it going, you are then bringing that soil back, and that's plant, and that's where that seed is going to grow. And that's what brought back to my mind is the harvest. Right. So you're reaping the harvest of planting that seed in the young folks, and it takes time for the harvest.
It does.
Like you said, a seed going in the ground is not going to give you the harvest like overnight. It's going to take time, and you're going to have to nourish it.
And to that, going a little deeper, literally and metaphorically speaking, when I was tilling it, I was finding trash.
Woo!
Right?
Come on. Oh, come on.
I was
Come
finding
on, these metaphors.
because there they don't have in a third world
Yes.
country. It's only two ways to dispose of the trash: you either bury it or burn it.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
so I was finding trash, so I was removing it, right? And this trash directly translate to trauma, right?
Come on. Let's go.
And the kids, and so I had to get down to the root to remove it, right?
Come on.
And then I had to go back and then add in the positivity. I had to add in the cow manure.
You do the whole thing. We do this. This is what we do. This is the artist.
And so, but once that was added, right, I was able to first pray over the soil that we would get a great harvest, and planted the seeds. And months later, you know, as I continued to water it, I was able to reap the benefits of the waiting, the patience, right?
That's the word.
And then it grew.
That's the word right there, is the patience. And if you don't have patience, you know, God teaches us patience in everything that we do. And that's why it's crazy. I'm gonna bring this metaphorical thing back in society. It wants you to rush so much. It's like you forgot. And then when you get in the bank line, it's like, well, why is the line? It's like, why is the line in the bank? Are you really? Because before we had the things that we have now, we had to wait. We have to stand there and wait. And then in the waiting, you give conversation.
Exactly.
You socialize. And not, you don't know, a smile or hello or something can change a person's day. And back to what you were saying, you said either you had to bury it or burn it. And that metaphor came to my mind. Sometimes people, of course, they bury, like you just said, they bury the trauma. And then that's what the trash, you have to go back and get it. And then it's like, sometimes God can give you the opportunity to burn it. And I'm so grateful. There's a lot of situations and things that in my life, he burned it. So it's not there anymore. And I'm so grateful that that happened to me, you know, and there's trash, but you know, but I'm grateful that some things was burned that I don't even have to even worry about going back and getting them, think about them. Yes. But as staying there, you know, because staying in our trauma can take away our joy. And what we're bringing to society and what we're trying to say on this fireside chat is that we get it. I always tell people, good, bad, ugly, challenging, your story counts. Don't let nobody take it from you, because it's building you to who you are today. And you can make changes in that, and people around you, you know, can help you make those changes. So be open to that. But most importantly, about our joy, centering our joy, we have to hold on to it, because if we do not, we're not going to be able to survive in this world. Because I'm telling you, if I don't get the joy or get thankful and fulfilling out of what I'm doing, why am I here? You know, and then what I'm going to do, what I don't like to do, I'm going to push it on you. And I'm going to add more trauma to you. And then you're going to add trauma to me. And we're going to be like this. No, we're trying to get out of trauma feed. You know, we're trying to get out of that. And of course, it's there. It happens. It's going to be there. But we could do something about it. We could do something about it. And I'm speaking out of lived experience. I'm not talking for something that I don't know, because I know I've been traumatized. I've been into a whole lot of stuff. But however, I thank God that I did the healing. I did he had to take me through that dirt, you know, and I had to have people in the village to come alongside of me. And I was two ladies, and that's crazy. No, it's not crazy. It's all in alignment that I wanted to thank, and I'm going to thank them right now, because I was going to do it on social media. I want to thank Talia Bennett from HHREC. And I want to thank Gigi Crowder from NAMI Contra Costa. So with that, these ladies seeing that the purpose that God have in me. So through NAMI Contra Costa, I was able to get my Medi-Cal peer support specialist. So I was able to get my certificate in that. And I just recently, yesterday, just got my substance use disorder. I'm a registered counselor.
Okay.
So I just got that. But because of Talia, seeing what God was doing in me, and they both did the same.
Shout out to them.
And shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? And I was this morning, I was just thinking, before I was coming here, I was like, God, I thank you. I said, you've seen two ladies that understood the purpose that God has for me, stepped in and said, hey, I need you to do this. And That's love. That's community. That's seeing what somebody need to help them get along to whatever what he got planned for.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank them both. I want to thank
It's
you,
amazing.
you two ladies, and thank you for being my village. Thank you for being my sisters. Thank you for being my warriors. Thank you for being allowing me to be their sister, because they didn't have to. And so I just want to say, Talia Bennett Solomon. Now she just got married in New Orleans. So hey, I just want to thank you for allowing me to go to school, and she paid for that for me to go to school to get that degree. So I'm grateful for that. And then Gigi Crowder from Nami Contra Casa. So thank y'all for allowing me to bring them into space and say thank you to them. But go ahead.
Thank you for that. That was a good segue into what I was about to ask right now. I couldn't skip over the game that you just gave right now.
Come
the story about the seed and taking care of the soil.
Yes.
You said you prayed over the soil, right?
Come on now.
And that made me think about our ancestors and indigenous folks and hunting and gathering. And every time they took from the earth, they made sure to respect and pray and thank God or whoever their spirituality was. Talk about, if you can, talk about the importance of balancing spirituality and the physical world, and why that is so important to be able to navigate life as a human being.
Yeah, well, I believe that I can't do anything without my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Come on, me too.
So the reason that I'm here today, breathing, walking, talking, is a testament to His love and grace for me. So it begins with that for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the head of my life.
Yeah.
And so if I'm doing everything that is, or at least attempting to please God, then I know that I'm walking in my purpose.
Yes.
And I'm doing what I need to do to be a vessel in serving others.
Yes.
And so, every day that I wake up, I thank God that I'm alive and that I can continue to be a blessing to others and keep spreading joy. Keep spreading joy to the youth. Yeah.
Oh my God. Go ahead, babe. Time flies when we're having fun. We just getting into it, but we got something coming for you, community. We're going to be hosting an event here at the radio. It's going to be in the new year. But however, we're going to get some, we'll let you know as it comes up, and we're going to have our show and all type of different things going on in our new space. And then we're going to be doing interviewing, and we're going to be bringing folks in and through. So I'm excited about that. And Rose and I just talked about that this morning as we were standing in the front. So, but go ahead, nephew. This
you
is
mentioned
so good.
Being a teacher and a coach. And like two of the big identities that you embody. What's next for you in terms of dreaming for both of those identities? What does that look like for you in the next 5 years or 10 years as a teacher and coach? What are some of those things that you're dreaming or you're hoping to manifest?
Yeah, so it's funny you asked that. I remember this was 2019, in which I was interviewing for a visual arts position in Houston, at a school in Houston. And the principal at the time asked me, she said, what's your 10-year plan? And so,
like 10 years?
Right.
First it was 10? You want me to go 10?
Yeah, but I knew then what I wanted. And so this is kind of like, I guess, the halfway point until 2029 from that point. And so to answer your question, for me, that looks like having my own school.
I'm with you. We're with you. Look, we have a nonprofit, BH Brilliant Minds Project, Inc., and it stands for Begin Healing Brilliant Minds. So, of course, we slide right on up in there with you guys. Go ahead.
So, just, all of the experiences that I've had, just internationally, domestically, I've been able to learn something from each school. So, from the time in Thailand, from the time in Madagascar, from, my time in Houston and now in the Bay Area, I've learned something that has helped to fundamentally transform me as a person and my practice and being adaptable and having a growth mindset in terms of how my approach in teaching with the youth. So just really just leveraging all of those experiences in knowing what I want moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of speak to as far as like what's next coming up on like this month. So something just kind of just in this space. There's a coffee shop, black owned coffee shop in West Oakland off of Louise Street called Soul Blends.
Yes.
And so what I'm planning to do and have Rose a part of is bring
And Miss B.
and Miss B and Miss B now.
Whatever y'all do, y'all better I'm right wrong with you.
Yeah, is bringing the community together and under the umbrella of
I can help.
Yes,
I got you.
Yes, art, healing, community, mental wellness, all of those things, and just inviting about 10 families and their children out to Soul Blends, so that they can be exposed to this, so they can see, okay, like, as the founders, why this coffee shop in West Oakland, how did you begin it? What are the tools necessary to say, oh, if I want to own my own business one day, how do I go about doing that? Just tapping into the elders who can give, the youth game, and doing it in a space that's intimate, that's in West Oakland and right down the street from McClymonds High School.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. You know what? Oh Lord, time flies when you're having fun. And this is the end of the show. But you know what? It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. We will have more conversations. And we're going to be doing more work together.
Yes.
So with that, I want to thank you for coming on the Eyes of the Conscience. So,
thank you.
I thank God for Mr. Adam and Curtis, the founders of the Believe Radio. I'm so grateful and thankful to be here. And I'm going to let you close it out. And again, give them connections of how they can get in contact with you both. And then I'm going to let you close it out.
Yeah. Again, just wanting to thank Mr. Jason Moffitt for sharing his wisdom. As y'all can see, he holds a wide range of wisdom from his experiences. And I hope y'all were able to receive with love and grace. And please embody collective identity and community support. And we can't heal community without all of you. So let's build this partnership and let's heal Oakland together. And then I'll pass it on to Moffitt to any last words you'd like to express.
Yeah. So again, just thank you both for the opportunity. And I believe, just going back to what you said, this is all in alignment.
Yeah.
And I just know that on this first day of November, moving forward, there's a lot of great things that's on the horizon to come. So definitely looking forward to it, for the partnerships and how we can all heal Oakland together.
And again, how can they contact you?
Yes, on Instagram, Running Fly. So RUNNIN_FLY, Running Fly. And
Running Fly.
Yes, so that's it. That's me.
Yeah. And for me, Rose at destinyarts.org. And if you want to follow me on IG, Rosenity, ROSENITY.
All right. And I'm going to put a plug in that I am doing a workshop November the 14th online, and it's called Doors, and it's preventing burnout for leaders. So please, if you want to tap into that, go to the Eventbrite, and you can connect with us through there. And then I also want to say thank you to our sponsors. And then that is Education is the Best Medicine nonprofit. And then you also have BH Brilliant Minds Project, Inc., 501c3 nonprofit organization. And putting the plug in, look, we're looking for philanthropists. We're looking for folks to support the programming that we do. Please go to our website at bhbrilliantminds.org. bhbrilliantminds.org, and Ms.Barbara Howard Consulting. I want to thank you, and please have a wonderful and joyful day. And our theme on today was centering our joy. Please go and center your joy on today. God bless y'all and have a good day.
All right.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yes.